This video was sponsored by Enhance, Elbilmek, ABRP Planner, Kempower and Bilkomponenter. Yo, what's up? Today we're going to do 1000 kilometer challenge of the Hyundai Inster. This is a long range 49 kilowatt hour battery, and according to my estimation it's going to need 11.5 hours. Wait, isn't that the same time as Kona, which is 8 years old or something? Well, we'll see. So I'm not preparing, but this is nice because we are plugged in. We just finished charging, but it seems like the car is able to hold charge. Let's see, it says now remaining time 0, whatever. And if you look at car scanner, it doesn't pull anything from the battery. Oh, nice. Let me check easy then. So it pulls 900 watt from the plug. Nice. Many cars, when they finish charging, they will start pulling from the battery, except for Tesla. Okay, so we will start possibly in 5 minutes. I'm just doing the final preparation. I have live stream up and running here, and the plan is that we have to split this as always nowadays. I will do the first half by going north here, this stretch back and forth, and then at night after the break I will go south. So yeah, and from my previous test, this car is quite thirsty once you hammer it. So I'm gonna see how it is. All right, let's get ready, and then we hammer it. And then here also, yeah, remaining energy. When we start 47 kilowatt hour, at least claim, but then after some losses, I measured around 46.5 or 4 or something. Yeah, so that's all you need to know. Battery temperature, 15 to 18 degrees Celsius. We've been driving for an hour now-ish, yeah, and we're down to 34%. So first we had the tailwind, now we have the headwind, and man, this thing is quite noisy, especially with the headwind. And also once we go fast, then the consumption just goes through the roof. When we go slow at 90 kilometers per hour, we have only 145 watt hour per kilometer, but then at high speed it goes up by around 50%. Oh wow. And also because of this, the battery heats up significantly now in the headwind. 18 degrees, we had only 15 degrees on the way on the other direction. So well, interesting. It means that we don't need to preheat. It basically preheats itself now by hammering it. We are now at 189 kilometers driven and 6% left. We haven't even done 200 kilometers. I have to slow down a bit here. So I need to find out where I stop, because coming up soon we have Espa, and I wanted to go to Ioniq a little bit further down the road. That's 11 kilometers away. GOM says 11 kilometers left, and we have 2.5 kilowatt hour left. And the battery, we didn't need to preheat. It heated up by itself in the headwind to 21 to 30 degrees. Oh shit. What? So this car has only 200 kilometers range in the hammering speed in Norway. Oh wow. Try to go in Germany or France, then see how far we can drive, right? Okay, now I need to decide. Do I bail out here at Espa, or do I YOLO it? I have 2.2 kilo. Let's YOLO it. Okay. YOLO it. Always go deep. Oh, this is getting scary. We have 630 watt hour left. Shit. And still 2.2 kilometers to go. But the scary part is that there is an uphill before we get to the gas station. Power limit is dropping now, 77 kilowatts. Oh shit, I'm down to 1%. I have never run out of juice on a 1000 kilometer challenge before. 400 watt hour. Shit, do we have enough to get up the hill? Come on. Power limited. Ah shit. Turtle mode. Well, about 73 kilowatt in turtle mode. Okay, that's still plenty, right? 0.5% left. Oh shit! The car is just running on 0%. 0% left. 0 kilowatt hour left. I've never ever gone that deep in a 1,000 kilometer challenge. Come on, come on, come on! Don't die now! Don't die! Oh, we just power limit. We just passed 200 kilometers on the trip meter. That's it. 200 is the max for this car, this city car. Stop scaring me. Shit, this keeps beeping at me. Oh my lord, we are here. Oh, we have reached sanctuary. Stop beeping at me. Shit, I think it's gonna give me the final call and then shut down. I think we went a little bit below 0 here because it was 5% in the state of charge BMS. So there's fortunately a slight buffer below 0. So yeah, always eat on the 0 buffer. What? Huh? There's a BYD tank on the truck charger, but the tank can only take 115 kilowatt. The fucks, man. Okay, I'm gonna take this Ioniq charger over here. Charge port is in the front. Oh, for helvete. We made it here. Oh yeah, we're charging. Getting, well, look at the voltage, 270. Wait, wow. The resting voltage must have been lower. And you know, this is a long range version. The standard range has even lower voltage. But it should cap at 237 amp here. And then because the voltage is low, then we get around 70, not even, 67 kilowatt. Okay, now we know, yeah. I basically just did a 0 mile test now in the 1,000 kilometer challenge. Okay, no, it wasn't really 0 mile. Then I had to go until the car stops, but good enough. Now we have around 25 minutes over here. So you guys know the place, right? Tongen. We have Neo battery swap over there. We have plenty of chargers here. But the cheapest is actually Ioniq. Well, actually we have supercharger over there, but the Ioniq is slightly closer. So yeah, nice. Yeah, in case you guys don't know it, like a ninja like me, you must get Ioniq passport. Because, okay, you pay a monthly fee, but I charge a lot. So then, what the heck happened here? Seems like the charging stopped. No, it didn't. Wait, no. I didn't understand what was going on. No, it didn't stop. Okay, still fine. 70 kilowatt now. Oh yeah. All right, as usual, I went for some food. I've been eating, and then we had 64%. Still taking 78. Well, okay, it claims 78 kilowatt there, but what goes into the battery is 77 kilowatt. So it has a nice and flat charging curve at least. We hit 81 kilowatt just briefly, and yeah. So this is just the way it is. We'll probably charge to, I'm not sure, 70%, and then we go for it. But I'm afraid that the battery will overheat, so I just use a seat heater right now. No heater on, but we have 8 degrees Celsius outside, and the battery is at 37 to 47 degrees Celsius. Still high delta between min and max, just like other Korean cars. Well, 68 kilowatt now. Do I leave? It was hovering at 67 kilowatt for a while, and then suddenly drops to 44 kilowatt. Now it's time to leave. Okay, 0 to 73% in half an hour. Oh shit. All right. Oh, interesting. We have 46 degrees Celsius and max temp, and max power is reported as 75 kilowatt. Really? Floor it. 72. Whoa, we have power limit. It power gates at 46 degrees Celsius. What the heck, man? I mean, it's already a weak sauce. And then it becomes even slower right after you fast charge it. Well. We are now at Minnesota. We're gonna turn around here, but we've been going against the wind now. And the consumption is 276 watt-hour per kilometer. Holy macaroni, this thing is thirsty, but it has a drag coefficient of 0.306, I think it was. So it is like a brick. Oh shit. Wow, when it goes slow, it consumes a lot less we can get it down to 140 watt-hour per kilometer. But once you hammer it with a headwind, then the consumption or the efficiency goes hasta la vista. Wow. Well, fortunately now we're gonna go back and we ride on the tailwind, yeah, and try to end up at Rudshøgda. We are now at the Rudshøgda, and just like every time, we get maximum speed. Yeah, but wow, look at the battery. Huh? Are we gonna rapid gauge? So over here it's 9 degrees. Spring is coming. The snow is melting. Oh, the beep is because the car is on, and I left with the key fob. Yeah, that's why. But yeah, not much to do. Oh, I can show you guys more of the car. It's so tiny. You know, it's a little cute bugger, but it is so thirsty when you go schnell. Oh, wow, oh, okay, excuse my French parking. Well, actually, there's no charger behind us there, so no problem. We can just park like this. But it has tiny wheels also. Continental Viking Contact 8. Yeah, the new shit. 215, 45, 17 inches. Huh? Proper small tires. And then in the back here, see that I have the car seat also, because I'm planning on going straight to the kindergarten afterwards. So no problemo there. Huh? We are back at the Tangen, yeah, Ioniq, and whatever. It's a bit windy outside today, so I don't want to go there. But yeah, we're still charging here on the 200 kilowatt chargers, and very consistently we get this speed. But you see, I even turn off preheating now because we don't need to preheat. We arrive with 26 degrees this time, 3%, 2.5% actually. I know that from the trip to Yale that min temp needs to be only 15 degrees, so it has more than enough heat to get full speed. Oh yeah. So you see, now it is, wait, huh? Where's the clock? Wait, there. It's 3 in the afternoon. I should pick up Isabel around 4, right? Maybe not that much later than 4-ish. So we will charge here for half an hour, just like we done before, and then means that and then I have to drive for a half an hour-ish over to Jesholm. When can you do this? Zoom out here. And that'll be it, around 4. Yeah, you guys know the drill, right? So yeah, so far so good. Oh. But one thing I'm missing is that when you go to, well, there's no EV, dedicated EV button here, but when you go to EV here, with other Korean cars like even the classic Soul and the e-Niro and Ioniq, you know, there is a screen where you can see the power usage. Here you have this energy information which shows you this, or if vehicle to load is active. But where is that consumption? Oh, electricity use. Oh wait. Oh, maybe there was something there. Okay, I need to fire up the we have to unplug before we can see it. Okay, let me try again. Then maybe I missed it all the time, but also I couldn't find it here. Usually you can also show it here. Maybe I have to configure it. This always happens. The car is on now because I want to keep everything charged, right? The phone and stuff. And then you see that the cooling is active. You can hear it. And inlet is 11 degrees. It's cooling down the battery. But every time I stop the car, oops, because I want to go pee, listen. Then the cooling seems to go at higher gear, or in it. What's going to happen now? Ich weiß nicht. But all I know is I need to go pee. Okay, that was yet another half an hour charging stop. Well, it was 28 minutes. they're quite consistent every time, at least. Now we'll just go a little north loop first, and then we go south. I just wanted to drive as far as possible now. And yeah, unfortunately there's some traffic. I haven't deducted any time for the traffic, but I mean, we lost several minutes because of these slow pokes here, camping the left lane. But I mean, it's the name of the game, right? It's the realistic test. Well, however, when I hammer in Sweden at night, there is no slow pokes camping the left lane. Oh, I just discovered that the energy information is here. I forgot that you have to click so many times. When you go here, you have to go to EV, it's kind of clumsy. You go here once, energy information, you click once again, electricity use. Where's the logic? But here you can see how much we're using for propulsion and climate and so on. But it's not available on this tiny screen. The other cars, the modern cars, they can also show it here. But there. So yeah, let me see battery care. Okay, electronics, climate. Yeah, okay, it's efficient. It's probably scavenging heat right now. 600 watts only. We are now at the Rema 1000 Byporten, and okay, so it's a bit complicated because I counted when we went to the roundabout, it was 3.5%, and then I counted the time also, and now we are charging, and we just deduct for it. It was 17 minutes extra spent, and we spent 0.5% getting here. Yeah, and now we actually, in a way, we are now charging as if we were in the 1,000 kilometer challenge, but Isabel is here. Isabel, let's buy now. So I'm gonna go with Isabel now and go buy some stuff at the Rema 1000. I would do that anyway, so this is good utilization of time. As a daddy, you need to do this, but okay, let's go. Well, you've purchased necessary things like diapers, fruit. Yeah, Isabel loves fruit, and some vitamins, more fruit. Okay, ham. But yeah, so Isabel is sitting here now, and slight problem. We are at only 49%. We need to charge to 72%, so roughly 10 more minutes. Yeah. If I sit in the front, Isabel will be bored, so I kind of need to sit in the back here. Also here you see the Tesla app reports 80 kilowatt. 19 and a half minutes now, and I know from other charging session we need around 30 minutes, so 10 more minutes then. Just sit here, hang out with Isabel. Interesting. We are at 70%, and it throttle now because battery max temp is 46 degrees. Earlier I would throttle at 72% something. It seems like it rapid gates slightly. I don't know why, because we even had a detour and stop at the kindergarten, and it allowed the battery to cool down a bit. But okay, anyway, I'm gonna stop and do a snapshot of all the variables. So it is 602.9 kilometers, and then what the heck, man? It's preparing. Whoa. There. Okay, 1729 is when we unplug, and then we have 72%, and then the battery is kind of hot, but that's almost irrelevant. So okay, now we go home. Holy macaroni, it's past 1 at night now. I woke up not a long time ago. Must have been tired because I think I went to bed. Very noisy fossils. Went to bed around 9 something, and I must have slept several hours before I woke up now. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna resume. So we start where we left off, which is at Rema Byporten, and just look at the trip meter, and I driven 3 kilometers extra. So total detour time with that kindergarten run is 4.5 kilometers. So we just add that to the total before we 9. And the small blunder I made was that we're supposed to have 72% when we start. We have 76%, slightly more than that. But the battery cooled down to 17 to 19 degrees Celsius. And then now I'm preheating. You can see there that icon, because I navigated to Mer Norway. Remember a bit late because I turned off preheating earlier and then I forgot to turn it on again, but I might want to turn it off after we start driving. We'll see, but otherwise it might preheat when we don't want it to preheat. But you see here that the battery heater is going up and is pulling. Oh, now that I remember where the heck it is, you can go to is there a home button here? Okay, this go home, EV. Just have to dig into the stuff here like that. Energy information. Click again. Electricity use, and then you see that battery care. Wow, so it's actually pulling only 3.2 kilowatt for battery heater. That's kind of weak sauce. Most other cars, they pull 6 to 9 kilowatt for battery heating. But okay, so I'm gonna count now, and then probably maybe in 3 hours, because then we get some nice round numbers, and then we resume again and start driving. So the plan is to go. Let's see, if we go to map here, okay, zoom out a bit. The plan now is to go to Dal first, north, and then turn around, and then head south towards Oslo, past Oslo. Zoom out. But we won't go all the way to Spekkerød. We'll actually make the turnaround point at Strømstad, roughly here. Yeah. And then we head back and end up in Jessheim. So let's go. Well, we're on the move. Now we're heading south, and yeah, the wind is from the south, so we have headwind. And you can probably hear it, that it becomes loud now. And also maybe the asphalt here is not the smoothest. So, yeah, I get the impression that this Inster has not been optimized for motorway driving. It becomes thirsty and it's noisy and feels a bit unstable. But I'm mostly just using auto steer, so I don't feel it too much. So, but when we go slow in the city or on B roads, then it's a lot quieter and the consumption drops a lot because of the 0.306 drag coefficient. We are getting close to the again. Oops, I did it again. Ah! Wait. Oh, I cannot use cruise control. Oh, I have turtle mode. Oh shit! 18 kilowatt power limit. Oh, I know what's wrong. The battery is cooler now than earlier. We had around 25 degrees earlier. Oh shit! 18 kilowatt power limit. How much range do we have left? We have 1% left. We're still 2.3 kilometers away. Oh shit! Oh, this is a bad idea. I forgot about the battery temperature. Oh, shit, don't die. We have 490 watt hour left. I cannot use cruise control now. Yeah, okay, stop bugging me about that. 1% left. Power limited. 1.7 kilometers left. The speed is dropping. Don't want to pull too much power here. 400 watt hour left. 360, drops so fast now. Shit. Next time, try to have a little margin before you try this shit. Oh, Rygge is there, 500 meters away. I'm down to 90 kilometers per hour. 1% left. It's not that cold, it's just 7 degrees Celsius, but the state of charge drops so fast towards the end. So, lesson learned. With these Korean cars, you expect a sudden drop towards the end. Or not sudden, but faster drop towards the end. But I think we made it here, just barely. But it was safer earlier today because the battery was hotter. 0%! 0%, that's it! We just did another 0 mile test. Well, we have 0.5% left. Oh, shit. Ionity, yes, finally here. Sanctuary has been reached. Oh, let me try that again. Oh yeah, we are charging now. Oh, yeah, whatever, we know how it's gonna be. We'll get 236 amps here, and yeah, we just verify that. We should get that. Yeah. So also we see here, we DC charge a lot. This is the counter for DC charging, and here is AC charging. So DC is about to pass AC in not too long. Press car has been abused a lot, but now we'll see. Well, the voltage is really low. Wow. Okay. 200, there we go. We're gonna hit maximum speed soon. 238 or 7. There. Okay, so when we go this deep, because the voltage is low, then we get only 67 kilowatt hour per hour. Okay, we went into Sweden, turned around, and now we're back in Norway. And there is one complaint I have about the navigation. I've been struggling with this actually throughout the day also, is that it wants to automatically add charging stops. Okay, that's fine for people who want that feature, but I want to turn it off. And I cannot find a place to turn it off. And also when I click here, I don't know how to delete this manually. Okay, I tried everything. Sometimes it will want me to go back to charge, and then yeah, but eventually, once we get closer to our target now, it will realize that okay, we can't find any charging stations, and then suddenly it will tell me, oh, I will arrive at 5%, but that was already fine from the beginning, right? So that's a bit clumsy. Like yeah, you cannot. Yes, okay, you cannot choose to not navigate via charger, and you cannot delete it. At least I haven't found out how to do it. So it's not, even if it's there, it's not intuitive where the heck it is. So yeah, but we should be able to go there. Yeah, because now it's like 45 kilometers of range left. Can I make it there? Well, I'm 10.8 kilometers away from what? Oh, but that's that charger, and then total is 50 kilometers. So it looks like we can't make it there. Right? Well, but if we delete this, then we should have around 30 something kilometers of range, I mean, distance left. But look here, we actually have ambient light in the poor man's car, and we have 12-volt outlet in the front, huh? Some cars don't even have that, like the MEB cars, and also two USB-C and USB-A, and this little shelf you can put your stuff in there. Huh? Wait, do we have light? Yeah, light here also. Wow. Impressive what you get for a low price. Well, actually, it's not that low price, this top spec. Yeah, you see, now we are 9 kilometers away, and we can go straight there. And now the car estimates that we will arrive with 6%. What was the issue? You don't have to reroute us all over the place. Just go straight there and arrive with 6%. And this is it, the last charging stop here at Ioniq. So, oh, okay, you can see here, we have the charging screen here. So if I click here, you see it briefly, the trip meter, 890, yeah. So the way we count is that this car underreports distance by 0.8%. So we would have gone to 992 kilometers, but then I drove 4.5 kilometers extra. We can round it to 5, it's no big deal. So we have to go to 997, that is 1,000. Yeah, and that means a little bit over 100 kilometers to go. We're 101, so we could drive past Jessheim a little bit, and that would be 999. Yeah, that means I might not have to drive. I charge that much this time, probably not 70%. Yeah, they look, oh yeah, nice. Okay, yeah, every time same charging curve, but this time I'm keeping the heater on because we don't need to charge that much, maybe to 50% only. So you know that the car is quite thirsty at high speed, but it becomes really efficient at low speed. So you probably wonder, why don't you drive slower? You know, why do you hammer at 120 plus kilometers per hour? Wouldn't it be better to drive at 100, 110? Let's do an example here. So if we have a 100 kilometer stretch and we drive at 120 average, right? That will take 50 minutes. And then if we assume based on the range test that the consumption will be 210 watt-hour per kilometer, we spend 21 kilowatt-hour on that stretch. If we drive at 100 kilometers per hour, I estimate that we should have 160 watt-hour per kilometer consumption. So that is a lot lower, 50 watt-hour per kilometer difference, but then over 100 kilometers, that's 5 kilowatt-hour saved energy. But you arrive 10 minutes slower. And how long does it take to charge 5 kilowatt-hour? Well, given that we get 75 kilowatt, which is actually usually average, then it takes 4 minutes. So you see, even when we hammer it, we arrive 10 minutes faster, and then we need only to charge 4 minutes, and then we're off. So that's slower. The 100 kilometer per hour is still slower. You lose 6 minutes in that time span. So yeah, that's why you always want to hammer it. Actually, there's one general rule of thumb is that you can take the watt-hour per kilometer consumption, right, multiply by the speed. So if you have, let's say, 250 watt-hour per kilometer, worst case, multiply by 120 kilometers per hour. Let me do it right now. That's 30 kilowatts. So you're spending 30 kilowatt on average when you hammer it, but you're charging at 75 kilowatts. So the general rule of thumb is that as long as you charge a lot faster than you are spending, then it pays off to hammer it. So maybe the optimal speed here might be 140 kilometers per hour. But yeah, there was one thing I forgot to mention, the gain or whatever, the 6 minute advantage. Well, it might be only 5 minute advantage, because when you drive faster, you can drive slightly shorter, and it means that you might have one extra charging stop versus if you drive slower, right? But yeah, so roughly there. This is it, the final run. So trip meter is getting close to 900 kilometers. So we have to drive around 100 more kilometers. And the way we count time is that we take current time plus 6 hours and 3 minutes, and that is the 1,000 kilometer time. So we are already at 10 hours and 40 minutes. Oh shit! Is this gonna be 11 and a half? That is unlikely. All right, let's just finish this. Oh, a bit late countdown. 9995, 9996, 9997, 9998, 9999, 1000, consumption 231, time 536. So it becomes 11 hours and 49 minutes. 11:40 then. Oh, wow. 11:40. Oh, not too bad for a city car, huh? Ain't it? Well, we're back home now. So 11:40. How fast was that? It's roughly the same time as a BYD Atto 3. I haven't tested the Dolphin, but Dolphin should be slower because it charges at only 60 kilowatt and below. So in that regard, yeah, it is okay as a poor man's car. But, well, except for that Volkswagen ID3 did it in 11 hours and 5 minutes. That's the 55 kilowatt hour. That's a previous generation. Now there's a new one that charges even faster, supposedly 145 kilowatt. So I need to test it, the Volkswagen, because it's the ID3 Pure. They strip down stuff, and it's the poor man's Volkswagen, and it should also be quite fast, right? But yeah, what should I say about the Inster? After driving now for a long time, okay, actually earlier today when I did the North Loop, after sitting in the car for around 5-6 hours, I got butt hurt. So maybe the seats are not the most comfortable. But on the other hand, when driving in roundabouts and on the motorway and so on, even on the motorway, I feel like it has good comfort. It feels like I'm driving a lot bigger car. I don't think about that, oh, I'm driving a 3.8 meter car. It feels like a 4.5 meter car, right? Maybe because they put the wheels on each corner of the car and you get good comfort there, you know, good handling. So despite that it's so compact, it's still good. But if there's a few things I would change is that it doesn't charge that fast, but maybe they chose a chemistry, a battery that is not too expensive, and maybe they want the longevity of the battery. But it's just boxy. And now we've seen in this challenge that because it's so boxy, then it becomes thirsty at high speed. When we drive at only 100 kilometers per hour or 80 kilometers per hour, the car becomes way more efficient. Then you can get around 150, 130 watt hour per kilometer. But other than that, it's a nice car overall, yeah. It's Korean tech. So that's gonna be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.